Hello everybody and welcome to another video of the world according to Lonza. Today or tonight is November the 22nd, 2025. It's a great night to be alive. All right, so this is my pre-Thanksgiving video. I'm on track to making about 2 videos a month, maybe three. But this is before Thanksgiving, which is we're getting closer and closer to my main event videos. My main event when we're talking about the race towards Oscar Gold, which comes in 26. So we have March. That's a long time from now, baby. But I believe the Golden Globes nominations are coming out soon, and that's very exciting stuff for us fellow movie fans. All right, I thought I'd tell you first off and foremost some of the news in the world of entertainment. For those of you who have been following along, one of the most famous studios in Hollywood is the Warner Brothers Studios, and that studios is up for sale. And there's three suitors so far: Netflix, Comcast, which is Universal, and the fine folks, the fine people at Paramount. And you guys want to know who I'm rooting for? Well, I'm not rooting for Netflix because even though they're a fine streaming service, they're too hardcore on the streaming only service, and they don't go full speed on the theatrical release of the films. Even though they said that they would let I think Warner Brother movies, especially the DC films, should, like the Supermans, the Batmans, should at least have a small window of a theatrical release. That you look it up. If movies that do well in the theaters often do better in the streaming world and are more profitable for those people who care about cents and dimes. I wouldn't mind seeing them get bought out by Paramount. Then you can have maybe one package. So you can buy put Paramount underneath HBO Max. That might be a little neat thing. A little neat little Paramount. For those who don't know, Paramount Studios is actually the only movie studio that's in Hollywood pure. It's like actually in Hollywood, like down by the hills and the Hollywood sign. Like it's the Warner Brothers is Northern Hollywood and Universal Studios is Northern Hollywood, and Clover and the other one MGM is in Clover City. That's like far away and it all kind of like scattered all over the place. Disney is close to Universal Studios as well, Disney Studios, more in the Burbank area though. But Paramount is um, uh, in Hollywood itself, like the actual like by the Hollywood Boulevard. So that's the one of the few studios that's actually in in the famous close to the strip. Um, Not the other ones are not too far away, obviously, but they're not in Hollywood in its purity. Um, what would be cool about the only thing that would be kind of cool about Paramount? The NFL on CBS has a streaming thing with the CBS games. A lot of Raider games will probably maybe be streaming on Paramount Plus, HBO Max, or any game that's on CBS. I'm assuming at least the local one games, the main broadcast game. You probably still have to get the NFL ticket for YouTube and all that. That's just a whole deal of craziness. It's interesting that Disney is the only one that's not like buying this in this. Maybe yeah, I haven't heard any Disney does. Maybe they're maxed out the credit card. You know what I mean? They said, "Nah, we don't want any more properties." So here is my rooting interest. Here's who I want. And this is my opinion. It's not a big deal. I don't want it to really go to Netflix, but I would survive. I wouldn't mind Paramount, but that's not my number one. My number one choice. My number one choice that who I want to buy Paramount. Who I want to buy Warner Brothers is Comcast Universal. Why, you say? Why, Lons, do you want Universal to buy Paramount? Warner Brothers. I want Universal to buy Warner Brothers because they're neighbors. And all the workers can we're like, hey, we're like already neighbors in the same facility. And if Universal buys Warner Brothers, then they don't have to rent out. You guys probably don't know this, or only the nerd, the people that are really into cinema knows this, but the IP of Harry Potter, the Harry Potter universe, that is not a Universal production. Universal never made any Harry Potter movies. Harry Potter is the IP is owned by Warner Brothers, and they won't have to worry about leasing anything. So that makes a little bit of economical sense. And also, DC, those DC characters at Six Flags. If you want to really make for the theme park elements, this is beautiful. Beautiful. It would be totally logical, I think, to have for Warner Brothers and for Universal to team up, because you can have the DC property, boom, that's over there at Six Flags, be represented. So you have some of your property at Six Flags. You could have DC characters at Universal Studios. That would be awesome. You could have Batman walking around Universal Studios. And of course, you team up Harry Potter with a Wicked Land, or a Universal, because to me Wicked, they're competing with Disney, and Disney has the princesses and the magic and the castles, and they have lots of fantasy stuff, and Universal was kind of known for the grittier, Jurassic Park, adventures, and more of the thrill stuff. Now Universal can have the fantasy stuff as well. They should totally. I love The Simpsons, but I would move that whole idea of the Simpsons land. I would just give it back to Disney. Get rid of the Simpsons ride, get rid of all the Duff Spear. I love that land, but that concept of that land could totally be a California Adventure. Just I'm a marketer. I'm not a marketer, but I'm trying to market. I'm trying to do some marketing. I'll just say, Disney, hey, take this shit. Take this, take Homer and Marge and all those people. Put that in compete with. You're giving your competitor a friendly competitive. You're doing a friendly handshake, a little friendly deal within the deal, to put the Simpsons back at California Adventure, that's where I think it belongs, and retheme that to either a Wicked Land or Wicked, because but that would be right next door to Harry Potter. But it might be too much fantasy. You can do a classic monsters. That's where all the Frankensteins and the Draculas can hang out. You have classic monster universe like they do in Florida. They're having that down in Florida, baby. Let's have it. Come on, Universal Classic Monsters is a boom bit bop hit down in Florida. And let's put that. You can put that in where the Simpsons land used to be, or you can bring back 1980s nostalgia. Have an E.T. Maybe an E.T. The classic 80s Back to the Future vibes, and a little mixture of a little mixture of Monsters Universe. All right. Now, with that said, so that's my 2 cents. I think it would be awesome. In my opinion, I'm not a financial guru. I don't know the scene, but just look at this map. You can't even see it. But Google Universal Studios and Google Warner Brothers. I mean, you guys are next door. You can see Warner Brothers down. You got Universal Studios looking down at the spyglass thing. And be like, oh, there's the Warner Brothers Tower. And oh, both you guys both have tours. I mean, we have the famous Universal tour that has theme parks and stuff, but the Hollywood, the Warner Brothers lot has a tour itself that's pretty epic. Now, I think everybody who's a movie fan, especially if you like, they have Harry Potter stuff at the Warner Brothers lot. You have Harry Potter stuff everywhere, and Batman stuff, and DC stuff, and Superman stuff. So it makes sense to me for those two brands to merge. All right, now since Thanksgiving's around the corner, I thought just real quick, I'll give you some unique Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving coming up, some movies that you can watch that have either some good eating scenes, have the right environment about Thanksgiving, or kind of take place in the fall vibes. You know what I'm saying? Not Halloween vibes, not Christmas vibes. See, Halloween, Christmas, and summer are way. There's so many movies that represent those eras. Thanksgiving, it's just like everyone's too Christmassy out already. Thanksgiving is hard. There's not too many Thanksgiving themed films. Uh, there's a handful. I mean, we always think about the Peanuts Thanksgiving special, but there's really not too many. Here's a few that everybody knows that actually has Thanksgiving. I will just name a few others that this might be fun. All right, starting with Rocky. Rocky literally takes place, I think, in November. I think Rocky 1976, the first one, they're Adrian and Rocky go on a date, like literally on Thanksgiving, or have things planned Thanksgiving dinner. That's when they eat. That's when she goes on ice skating. Thanksgiving dinner. This is a really good movie. The first one. So Rocky is a Thanksgiving film. Um, not to get to you think about the Indians and the Pilgrims. Las Mohicans. Enough said. It's Indian. It's down there, Lewis. What could go wrong with it? If you want to go history, another good Native American movie. That's the proper word. Native America is Dead Man. Jim Jarmusch, 1985. Oh, what you can say? This is a 30-year anniversary. Dead Man, starring Johnny Depp, black and white, artsy fartsy, really good. It has Thanksgiving vibes, Indian style. No, when you're at Thanksgiving, a lot of times you think about the summer. You think about what's the next adventure with my family and friends, or with my family. Where I'm blessed, our family is planning a little Scotland trip, so we're probably going to be talking about that. So I'll be thinking about that. This is probably not with everybody else, but Mary Queen of Scots, for no other reason than historical film, and a lot of people like to talk about history at the Thanksgiving table, and maybe that is mission. Another movie that's Thanksgiving that Gangs in New York. This is on Amazon for like $4. It was on HBO Max. This is like one of my top 10 films. I probably recommend this is on my top 10 movies. I don't know if it's 8. I don't know if it's 7. It's not quite one. Nominated for 10 Academy Awards. It didn't win any, but it was so excellent. Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cameron Diaz, and Martin Scorsese film. By the way, think about this. Martin Scorsese was born on November 17th, which was like 5 days ago or something like that. I can't do my math right now, but Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio both have birthdays in November. So there you go. This is makes no sense really, but we eat a lot of. I mean, Thanksgiving is a day traditionally about overeating or make sure you're hungry. Not really hungry, but not like dire hungry, but like food is part of the tradition, right? Turkeys. So I thought, without further ado, the Hunger Games. That's a little bit of a pun, but good slice of movies. History. For whatever reason, I think Thanksgiving really goes good with the 1800s. You know, I don't know why. The whiskey is a flowing, and Civil War. We're talking about Civil War in America, and that's going back full speed. But we could talk about the original Civil War, Lincoln. Let's watch this. Your whole entire Thanksgiving meal will be over. This is probably this is almost like a 3.5 hour long movie, but it's good. Um, Never seen this, but it's Harry Potter, and I should probably watch it. And it seems like it has Thanksgiving vibes. All right, a few other films I'm going to recommend. Well, the first one is Blade Runner because why we're in AI right now, and this is Blade Runner 2. We always talk about when you're at the Thanksgiving table. What do you guys talk about besides politics? You're not supposed to talk about politics, about religion, blah 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 blah. But everybody talks about the future and what's going on in society and blah 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 blah. AI taking over. This is AI full speed, and this movie, Blade Runner, for those who've seen one and two, both of them, I think, take place in around in November. I'll have to put it like this because this is actually the right order. And science fiction, full speed. And if you like from the director of the Dune movies, guys, Denis Villeneuve, and he just finished Dune Messiah. Snow, no Christmas, snow, racist stuff, craziness, a whole bunch of wildness. Quentin Tarantino, another Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and Samuel Jackson, Kerry Washington, Christopher Waltz, Jamie Foxx. It's Django Unchained. A lot of cool. There's just like a lot of good drinking scenes in this movie, and any movie that has a lot of good drinking scenes, definitely a wild film. It's like a revenge piece. It's a fiction false. It's a fantasy kind of because it takes place in the Civil War and obviously rewritten history, and so take it as it will. And this is a fun one. Those of you who've seen it, you've seen it. You know, you know. All right, moving on. Jingle Unchained for the snow and for the beer. Another good movie that I think is good in November, The Fisher King. I just think it's a good movie, and this is a wild one. Check it out. Um, Fearless. Another good Thanksgiving movie. I'm just going through real quick. It's fall time. What are we doing? How are we doing it? It's fall. Legends of the Fall. Thanksgiving movie. Murder mystery. If you guys like murder mystery, we're doing the murder mystery. It's on Netflix all the time. It's getting a lot of acclaim. Everybody and I think this movie takes place during fall. Definitely have some eating movies. It's like popular. Ryan Johnson, the director of The Last Jedi, comes out with a nice out. This movie's getting a lot of acclaim. There's a whole bunch of them. There's like night app sequels and prequels. I haven't seen the other ones, but I will definitely be on the lookout to watch the other ones on Netflix. I always bashing Netflix a little bit, but they do have a good string of. I have to get the props what props do. They do have a good stream of a handful of good films. They greenlight everything, but this is one of the better. This is good. Old school classic black and white boom bit bops. All right, let's go to the black and whites. Let's go in black and white. The silence, the silent movie is the shh. You don't hear the talking. The shh. There's no talking. The shh. There it is. All right. Eating, sad stories, heart, Charlie Chaplin, The Kid. Check it out. It's on HBO Max and Criterion Collection. Snow. It's not quite snowy season yet. It's not like January or like December. But Cabin, I think this guy has a actually this if I'm wrong, this was more of a New Year's Eve story. But I'm just gonna put it in there anyways because I do remember. I think it's more of a New Year's Day, New Year's Eve story. But the Gold Rush, check it out. Lots of snow, lots of food, delusions of food. Speaking about being hungry in World War II, hard times, good times bring hard times. Blah blah blah. This is one of the first World War One stories released in 1925, which makes it 100 years old. Jeez, well, wait, this movie's 100 years old. This movie right here. All these movies are 100 years. Both of these movies are 100 years old. The Big Parade. Some of this movie was filmed right down in Griffin Park. So you go to Griffin Park and you walk around the forest and you see where the concert hall is. And you could go up to some stranger and be like, yo, sister, yo, everybody, yo, brother, and yo, LA peeps, Dodgers won the World Series, and you know what else is cool? The Clippers are good. You know what else is cool? The Big Parade. Alright, it's filmed in Griffin Park, starring John Gilbert and Ree Honora, directed by Keaton Vida. Vita. It sounds like Veda, but it's Vida. I think it says Vita. But, check out Turner Classic Movies. Look it up. Find it. Think about Griffin Park. Alright, last but not least, this is 1923. This is 2 years before the Big Parade. This is a fun one. Safety Last. Safety Last. And in theaters right now. Wicked for Good. I'm going to check it out. Check out my TikTok for my review, The World of Cold and Lonzo. And what else do I want? There's a Nürnberg thing, like a Nazi kind of movie. Where they capture Nazis on trial. That movie's no longer playing, so you can't watch it. I had to wait for it streaming. It was too late. Sorry. Hey, only certain amount of time for you to go see these movies. We all have busy schedules, but sometimes the movies go whoop and they leave it again. So Wicked for Good is the big blockbuster it's playing. It's always kind of a fun. Wizard of Oz is kind of it's a holiday, either Thanksgiving or Christmas kind of vibes, magical. Speaking of the earlier story today, how many of you guys, raise your hand real quick, if you guys know that The Wizard of Oz was filmed in Clover City, MGM. Some of y'all think that The Wizard of Oz is a Disney IP because of the princess. Some of y'all think it's, belongs with the Mickey Mouse. No. No. That's wrong. All right. Wizard of Oz has always been. Now they have one movie, the one James Franco did. That has nothing really to do. That's like different. That's like the Tobey Maguire universe and the Tom Holland universe of Spider-Man. Different universes, baby. Same universe, kind of same concept, but different. Not the same universe. Not the same deal. Oh, another movie that I think I'm going to check out soon is Predator Badlands. Action-packed science fiction 1.5 hour thriller. And there you have it. I'm going to check that out. Next month, we have Marty Supreme on Christmas Day. We have Hamlet, which should be that's a tragic movie by Chloe Zhao, directed that. Let's see, what else? And, Avatar, Fire and Ash comes out December 19th. I'm sure you heard all about that. That's the third Avatar. directed by the one and only James Cameron. And so yeah, more Supreme next month. Hamnet, Fire and Ash, and I don't think I can think. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted. Check out my TikTok, The World of Color Alonza. I do some reviews on there. I do some movie locations. It's a fun little channel. I show my two TVs, and sometimes I rant about my Raiders. They play the Browns tomorrow. And I hope they get that victory. I hope when this video is up and you guys watched it and you guys seen it and I get my likes and my and everything, I hope the Raiders have a victory. Anyways, nice chatting with you. Next time you see me, I'll probably add this video. I'll probably have more Christmas stuff in the background. But without further ado, this is the world of according to Lonza, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.